Let's talk about the relationships that one forms over time. What is your philosophy or point of view about how you handle yourself and how you interact with people, knowing that, you may not have the same points of view on everything outside of the studio? How do you handle that?
Well, there's a couple things. I made it a point early on, and I'm an avid believer in you never discuss questionable things.
Um,
Politics, I won't do it. Do I have political beliefs? Do I vote in elections? Yeah, absolutely. Does anybody on my Instagram or anybody in the control room with me know what they are? They don't. Because why would I alienate 50% of my audience right out of the gate
right,
over something stupid,
right.
over tax rates or whatever? So I keep negative stuff out best I can. As I've aged, and gotten a lot more pressure and stress. I'm sure I've had my I've had my moments that were ugly, but in the early days, I will tell you, I was always happy. I was always positive. I was always the problem solver. I was the yes man. You know, um, I would try to neutralize when I had producers tell me they would like me in the room, regardless of what I was doing, if I was just tape op or whatever. If there would be a tense moment and somebody would say something, I would have a joke for it. Like, if I could tell, like, okay, everybody needs to laugh. So
Mhm.
just boom, throw it out there. You know what I mean? Just throw out this joke. Everybody laughs, and all of a sudden, like, life's a little better. You know what I mean? Just try to be. I can't stress enough. Try to be sunshine. Want them to be in your room. Like, want them to want you in there. And if you're a dark, negative, dude, it's not going to happen. Even little things like dress for me, I always tried to be fairly neutral,
Mm.
but nice. You know what I mean? I didn't want to overdress. I didn't want to underdress. I didn't want to wear ratty jeans or a t-shirt with coffee stains, or put colored stripes in my hair. Or I'm not, guys. I'm not. This isn't me saying any of that stuff is wrong.
Mhm.
This was a personal decision for me because, about piercings and all this kind of stuff, because I wanted to fit into any room that I was in. Like, I didn't know from day to day, if you're in a commercial facility, you don't know if you're going to be in the room with a rock band, you're going to be in the room with a rapper, you're going to be in the room with the most conservative gospel artist in the country, and anything in between. So if you're just kind of that happy, average looking dude, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, you're welcome into the rooms because you're not scary in any way. It's like, well, look at that guy. Who does he think he is, dressed that fancy? Or look at that guy. Like, what a ratty, like, that's nasty. Like, give us the other intern. Give us the other. So I made decisions early on to be um, professional, but also very very neutral. If that
Mm.
but
Yeah.
happy. I was never wasn't. And also, know when not to speak. Early on, I got called out on having an opinion in Bobby's control room, and man, you're a tape operator. Shut up, like, literally shut up. There's a producer there. There's a room full of mega superstar session musicians, and there's an engineer that's got 30 years of experience. It doesn't matter how good I think I am at
Mm.
my job is to push the red button when they say go. Let's punch bar 3 and 4 right here. It's not my opinion to tell him that he's sharp or he's flat or that he's right. Like, shut up. You know
Right.
what I mean? Don't, like, people, when they know more than you. A lot of us, when we're young, we want people to know what we know, right? We
Mhm.
can't wait for them to know how smart we are. And I found that those kids, in studios, are the first. They don't go very far. People don't want them in the room. They're always talking about what they've done, what they're gonna do, what they know. They can't wait to push the established 30-year veteran out of the way so they can show them that. Oh, well, there's a shortcut for that. Shut up! Like, just hush. Just be the happy kid and absorb what they know. Like, there's so much knowledge in these control rooms, that I've been fortunate enough to be in my career. Learn what they know, and don't try to. So I got called out on that really, early, and I'm glad I did, before
Yeah.
it harmed me doing it in the wrong room.
There's kind of a joy in also focusing on, as the engineer to the producer, making sure you have their back from a technical perspective and a sonic perspective and just completely
Absolutely.
absorbing yourself in that role.
Absolutely, absolutely, and if there is something to say it privately. Like, if there's a lot of things that can be said that need to be said to that engineer, in private.
Yeah.
Like, when you realize, and, I'll do this for my assistants too, like, if we do a take and we realize that, uh-oh, like, they didn't have that one track in record, and there was supposed to be 3 guys playing, or, I mean, whatever, or we blew over, that guy's already in the lounge and we just blew over something that we, before Pro Tools, before we just hit undo or something. Um, like, yeah, like you said, have each other's back. No finger pointing.
Yeah.
But when you're in your early stage, I really believe that it is your, when you're a tape up, when you're a second, it's your job to make that lead engineer look great. Humility. You know what I mean? Make him look great, not you. You're going to look great just because you're part of his team, and the day went amazing, right? So
Yeah.
you're going to look great. If you're an assistant and not even up to tape op yet, I mean, your setup, it should be immaculate, and you're going to get your chance. But when you're the lead engineer, it's the same thing. You make that producer look incredible. Like, I've many times in just quiet conversations where the musicians can't hear, be like, do you think that, like, when you develop enough of a relationship with the producer, you can whisper to him, but you don't want the artist to hear it because he may say it's fine, leave it alone. Like, or like, you idiot, that's supposed to be this chord, you're just not smart enough to understand that note is in that chord, or, oh, okay, my bad. So you do it behind, some of that stuff can be subtle. Yeah. And like you said, you have each other's back, but you're not calling attention to it to where you're trying to make yourself look good. Look at me, look what I caught. Look at this error that doesn't matter. You're not going to help yourself being that guy.